We will give other folks a couple minutes to get signed in, but if you're already logged in, you're hearing me talk. Thank you so much. Gold Star student in my book. We're really excited to join you today. We will be running through some quick information about MGT. We will jump into a platform demo so you know all the tools and the workflows that will help enhance your business. Then we'll wrap up with a Q&A towards the end of the meeting. So along the way, if you do have any questions, anything you want to talk more about or learn about, please use the Q&A button on your screen. It should be right about here. It's a little text box that says Q&A. Just click that. You can type in any questions, and then we will take those as we go. And I will stop speaking now, and I'll let the rest of the team intro themselves. So, Jason, why don't you say hi?
You picked me first. I'm secretly working on something that I'm going to publish in just a moment. Hi everyone. My name is Jason, and it is my pleasure to work alongside these fine folks every single day. And y'all may have seen some content that's come out that Sean has graciously helped generate under my name. But I run our business development here, the business development team. I regularly talk to our agents, and this is the highlight of my week. Getting a chance to see you all like on a webinar, interact with you directly as Dan shows you around the platform. It really just adds so much more direct component to our conversations. And this is really what it is that we do. We are building something that is special to the independent agent. And your feedback, your interaction with us is what makes it special. So really glad to have you here and excited to see you all today.
I'll go ahead and go. My name's Allie Essian. I'm the head of partnership success here at MGT. It is truly an honor to work with these three that are on the call with me. I am excited to work with you. We would like to make your experience amazing, easy, profitable when placing small commercial risks. So don't be a stranger. We are always happy to help.
And I'm Sean Hallerid. I'm a web development and marketing lead here at MGT. I do a lot of our emails. I do a lot of our socials. So keep an eye on your inbox every week and start following us on LinkedIn because we post there pretty frequently. And as a little insider tip, we're going to be launching Facebook and Instagram presences as well. So make sure you start following us there too.
That's right. Make sure to like and subscribe across all social media so you're always in touch with all of the updates from MGT. We like to move pretty fast, and in the context of insurance, extremely, extremely fast. Just to give you an idea of what that looks like, beginning of this year, we were admitted in somewhere around 20 states for our bot product. Today we're in, what, 45, 46? We were writing about 95 classes of business. Today, that's closer to 300. And we've got more exciting updates on the way before the end of the year.
Also, we haven't done this in a little while, Dan. While we're still waiting on a couple more folks to show up, can I launch a survey?
Oh, let's do it. I'm excited to see the question for this week.
Did it pop up for you?
Yes,
Good.
yes.
Okay. All right. So
Ooh.
it's similar, but I added some additional ones in. So a little bit of context. I have been reading, oh gosh, what is it? Mistborn series. And so I'm like, oh, what about all the different powers that they have in there? So that's where I got some of these. But regardless, I would love to hear what y'all think while we let the audience answer. Personally, I kind of like the Wolverine rapid healing. I know that that's not going to be a favorite, but like that like gave him immortality and he was able to get like claws and all kinds of stuff. So today I feel like I'm kind of favoring that one. What do y'all
I,
think?
I'm
I like
going
the
boring.
rapid healing too.
I want to talk to animals.
I would like
That's
to talk to animals too.
that's Annalisa's answer on most of the occasions that she's able to join us. So y'all aren't alone. That tends to be the favorite. It looks like we are getting audience replies back that most of them would prefer flight as well. That seems to be the common answer, which I do have to admit, I think that would be pretty fun. Yeah.
Just to not have to go through the TSA line when you want to fly somewhere. That's a pretty great superpower in my book.
I love that that's what it is that like your mind is drawn to. Like me, on the other hand, I'm just like, I just want to be with the birds and feel the wind. And you're like, man, screw TSA.
I do have TSA pre-check, so I don't really feel that pain anymore, but
Oh, I didn't know we had a celebrity in the call with us.
I'm worried that the flight is going to trigger my fear of heights.
Yeah, that's probably not for you then, for sure.
But maybe it's the best way to get over it.
That's the kind of superpower I feel like I would actually get, one that I also have a phobia of. Awesome. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes to indulge me in that, y'all. I appreciate it. Yeah, the audience wins with flight. I think that that's the most popular amongst them, and I like it. I think it's a good answer.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks for getting that together, Jason.
Yeah, I work real hard around here, y'all.
So let's talk shop, a little bit about MGT, who we are, what we're here to do. MGT Insurance is an A- excellent rated insurance company. We like to call ourselves the first neo insurer. And what does that mean? I would say that means we're really built from the ground up to use modern tech to deliver a truly excellent, some might even say delightful experience to you and to your policyholders. Um, with our kind of attitude on tech, I think it is something that's a little bit unique in the industry. We're not here to let the algorithms run the show. It's really about using that tech to support the human team so that they can use their talents, their skills to be thoughtful, be proactive, really just be considerate of the risks that you're sending us so that we can make sure we're taking great care of them from logging in to start the quote to coming up for renewal. All policies will be manageable through our platform. You can also submit your submissions through our platform. That will return to you a fully bindable quote. No need for accords, no 45-page supplemental applications, no 3-day long email back and forths with an underwriter to firm things up. You don't have to wait on someone else's time frame or the whims of an underwriter, or maybe whether they're out on vacation to meet your goals. We're giving you the power in your hands to fully manage and control your book of business. So when you're submitting a risk through our platform, you will see in just a few minutes how streamlined and how easy that process is. Basically, we will ask all the questions we need to feel comfortable with the risk, return a rate. You'll be able to update all the deductibles, all the sublimits, really dial in that coverage to tailor it to that specific policyholder and their specific situation. And then collect payment information, policies bound and issued. Within about 60 seconds, you'll have all of the policy documents available to you. So if there is someone who needs proof of insurance, you can send that off to them. And then within 10 minutes, move on to the next thing on your to-do list. We hope that gives you more time to do all the other things that land on your desk or come your way in life that are really important to you. Even though, of course, selling insurance is extremely important, makes the economy go. But, it's not the only thing you have to do in your day. And, I know that the support that we can give you is really important to us too. As far as appetite goes, we're really focused on small businesses. And to us, that means up to 3 million in revenue for most risks, up to 5 million revenue for professional and medical offices. We'll write up to 2 million total insured value per location and up to 4 locations per policy. That does give you some flexibility, I think, that is not always found in the small commercial space. Carriers I'm familiar with typically would do up to 2 million, maybe 3 million total insured value capacity per policy. We give you 2 million per location. We do write new ventures. We can underwrite businesses that have had claims histories. We can underwrite businesses that have not had insurance or have had coverage lapses. And we can write some tough to place classes as well. We're a great fit for risks like furniture stores, farm and garden supply, electronics and cell phone stores, convenience stores, restaurants, including liquor liability. So, you know, a lot of the solutions that are in the same market space we are, you know, it's got to be very in the box. We do make that box a little bit bigger for you. So I will go ahead now and share my screen. We can run through a quick tour of the platform so you can see all the features available to you. So our journey begins at mgtinsurance.com. And before I jump into the actual quoting platform, I always like to highlight this BOP appetite section. We are constantly growing and evolving. And so I send people out appetite PDFs multiple times every single day. But the thing I don't usually say is that those PDFs are going to be out of date in probably 2 months. And so the best way to stay up to date is really just a bookmark mgtinsurance.com. Check it every single day and make sure to check into this BOP appetite page from time to time as well. You can see a list of all the states where we're admitted. And you also can interact with Amy. Amy is here to help you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I know that I have seen people quoting binding business with us at 3 in the morning. If you're on this call, I love you. I want you to be successful. Please don't call me at 3 in the morning. Amy is a great resource for you who's available any time of day. And with, just great assistance for these kind of quick questions that come your way. Can you cover a restaurant with alcohol sales? And so Amy will give you an answer. Amy also knows our appetite on a state level. Can you cover a restaurant in, let's just say, California, where we are working to become admitted? And Amy knows California is not yet live. And so this is just a great resource that's available to you. You don't even have to log in. And a lot of times it can just be a really easy way to find out, is this worth pursuing, or should I figure out a plan B and pivot? So once we've got some indication that this will be a great fit, let's click sign in. That'll take us into the dashboard. When you're in the dashboard, it does exactly what it says on the tin, everything you would hope a dashboard would do. You can start quotes out. You can also manage quotes that you and your team have been working on. And you can click into the policies tab and access those self-service features. So let's go ahead and just open one up. Let's see. And just click view self-service. I always like to show off the documents and communications page because there's a ton of value in this page. This has a full record of all the communications we've ever sent out on a policy. From time to time, I'll be helping out in our support chat. Someone will write in, hey, I did an endorsement 3 months ago. The bank wants to see it. How can I access that? And the answer is that in the time it took you to ask us that question, you could just log in. 2 clicks will get you to this page. Full record of everything is in there. And then you can just find what you need so that you're not spending your whole day just trying to access your insurance documents. You can also create certificates, download the deck page. And if we scroll up here, we've got a payments tab where you can make payments and see payment history, and a claims tab where you can file and track claims as well. These services are available to you as well as to the policyholder. So if you do like to give that kind of really personal white glove type service, you can deliver on those requests in seconds. But also if they prefer to access it themselves, they've got the power to do that too. We'll click on the name in the upper right-hand corner. That takes us back into the dashboard. And then we'll start a quote out. When we're in the select your industry section, there's some cool stuff happening underneath the surface here too. It's got some keyword search built in, so you don't have to memorize every single NAICS code. And it also knows our appetite on a class code level. So just for example, say you had a roofer, enter that in. It knows that roofers are a type of contractor. And it knows that contractors are out of appetite for us, at least until our next class code rollout. On the other side of the coin, say you had a restaurant you were working on, you don't have to memorize every single type of restaurant that we could possibly cover. All you have to do is type in restaurant. That'll pull up a list of all the restaurant codes. And then from there, just select the one that would best describe the risk. You'll see a business description so you can confirm that's accurate. And then you can enter in the address of the primary location. Pretty self-explanatory there. And so we'll click go. And in this next page, you'll see a street view of that location. This is an opportunity to validate the risk. Just make sure we're quoting the correct address. You can also do a little frontline underwriting if you want to take a look at the sidewalk, the parking lot. You can click around and navigate around the block if you wanted to. At least double check side to side, make sure there's no dynamite factories next door. And then we'll start to ask a couple questions to clarify the type of coverage on this quote. First is just whether we wish to insure any buildings. Let's go ahead and say yes. And then we'll ask, are there any other businesses or residential units in that building? And if there are, wouldn't be a great fit for us. And so it'll just let you know we're not able to insure buildings with multiple occupancies. And that way, at least you know, before you've really done a lot of legwork on that submission, we haven't even entered in the named insured at this point. So it makes it easy to pivot. And in this situation, we typically would be able to write a tenant in a multi-occupancy building. So if we were to say no, it doesn't even really go into all that detail. Then if we do say that there's just one single exposure in this building, next question's about builder's risk. Very similar story there. We're just not a great fit for builder's risk exposures. But as long as there is none of that, nice and easy. We'll just click continue. And again, it's all set up to give you that answer. We hope it's yes. Sometimes it's got to be no. And we want to get that answer to you as fast as possible. So I'm going to do a little bit of TV magic here and pull one out of the oven that's already been cooked. That way you don't have to watch me type in all the answers as we go along. Quoting with MGT is just 4 steps. In step 1, we'll enter in some basic information about the organization. You've got the class of business in the description. You've got the address pre-filling from the last page. One question up here, it's easy to overlook. That's why I wanted to point it out. Just make sure you answer that yes or no. We've got the name of the organization, phone number, gross sales. For restaurants, we do ask about percentage of alcohol sales. Then some information about the business owner. And then at the bottom of the page, you can add any additional locations as well. We support a total of 4 locations or 3 additional locations. Then we'll click continue. And in the next page, this is where we can set the effective date. We'll answer a couple more questions about the business, about their insurance history. And then we'll click continue again. And now we are all done with step 1. In step 2, this is where we'll start to answer eligibility questions. Get ready. This page is a doozy. You've got 4 entire appetite questions here. We are asking these questions specifically based on the class of business. So it's only going to ask you what's relevant to that risk. Give it the good old yes, no a few times, and then we'll click continue. We're all done with the eligibility section. In step 3, this is where we'll enter in building information. Quick tip I'll share here because I do see this happen from time to time too. Someone will start a quote out. They'll say, yes, we need building limits. Then by the time they make it here to page 3, turns out it's actually a rental unit. They don't need building limits after all. Good news here, you do not have to restart your submission. All you need to do is in this top drop-down box, select business personal property only. That'll take the building information out of the submission, adjust the coverage to BPP only, and then you can roll right on through nice and easy. But I'll keep the building coverage on just so you can see the full process. And even with that coverage, it's still nothing super complex. How big is it? What's it made out of? When was it built? What's the roof look like? Few questions about what's going on inside. These do get a little bit more in-depth for restaurants because we want to make sure they've got good fire control in place. We will ask about the replacement cost, and we do provide a estimated replacement cost for you here as well. Now, this is not always an exact science, and so you might be working with a number that's different from what we think the replacement cost should be based on the data available to us. This is a free entry text box, so you can put any number in here that's right. And if it's too far different from what we think it should be, may refer just to give our underwriting team a chance to get in touch with the risk and make sure we're rating it correctly. Enter in any BPP limits. You can add any additional buildings as well. And then we'll go ahead and click continue. And in the next page, we can add any additional insureds that we need to add to. Click continue again. All done with the building information. At this point, we've actually answered all of the eligibility and underwriting questions. All that's left is the fun part, choosing some optional coverages. So we'll click into that. The list of optional coverages here is also going to populate on this specific risk to only show you coverages that are available to this policy. We don't want to show you terms that you can't stand behind. There are also some little question mark icons, and you may have seen these on the screen as we move through the process. These can be really helpful if you're new to commercial or new to these types of coverages. They'll just give you a little bit more information and a little bit more context when you hover your mouse over those question mark icons. We'll add a couple optional coverages, and then we'll click continue. And then for those optional coverages, there are going to be a few underwriting questions. We may set some limits, set deductibles, and then once all that's nailed down, we'll click continue. Then for restaurants, we do have a kind of special suite of coverages just for restaurants. So we can make sure that we are giving them great protection, and then we'll click continue again. And now everything has been answered. We've got check, 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 check. So we'll click see your quote. And when the circle starts to spin in the middle of the screen here, this is really where the magic's happening. Behind the scenes, it's running a bunch of different data checks. It's data mining a ton of different sources. It's geolocating the risk. You may have noticed we're not asking for details like the protection class, the distance to the closest fire hydrant, what the business owner had for lunch 3 days ago. But we're finding all that information. And that really is kind of the heart of what MGT does a little bit different, how we work a little bit differently. Because we are not asking you to enter this information, our team's also not necessarily having to go back to each application and verify it was entered correctly. And that gives them time to really use their brains, to be thoughtful, to consider these important risks that are being presented to us and making sure we are giving them the most thoughtful response that we can. So we've got pricing back in just seconds. You can see we have quarterly payments or one annual payment, and we are direct bill as well. So there's no additional taxes or fees. For annual payments, there is a credit for that. It will tell you exactly what that is here. And then the rest of this page, I'm sure everyone on this call has seen something that looks pretty similar to this a million times. So I'll only point out a couple things here. One is that we're not automatically including and then charging for every coverage under the sun. We really give you the ability to tailor this policy to that specific policy holder and their concerns. And then also in this page, it's only showing you bindable options. So again, we're not going to show you terms that you can't stand behind. So once we've got all this nailed down, just click continue. And then in the next page, you'll see that all these boxes are grayed out. So from here, we can click print quote. That takes all this information, puts it into a nice, neat PDF that you can send out as part of your presentation. If we do need to make any changes, you can always click previous, go back and make some updates. And then once they're ready to move forward, just click confirm and purchase. When we click this, in the next page, we'll have the option to either send a payment link over to the prospect or click purchase now and take their payment information live. We've just found over the years that not everybody likes to share credit card info over the phone. Totally acceptable. I might not either. If that's the case, all you have to do is confirm their email address, click send to prospect. They'll get a nice professional email with a payment link that's very, very secure. When they click that, it will take them into a page that looks just like this. From here, super straightforward, just select annual or quarterly, e-check, credit, or debit. Quick pause here to note, we do not charge any payment fees, no matter how they choose to make payment. Then enter the billing zip. Auto pay is automatically selected. You can always deselect it, but it's always good to keep it on. It does help retention. Then we'll pre-fill some of the business owner's information. You'll just confirm their email address, agree that they are, in fact, allowed to purchase the policy, and click submit payment. As soon as that payment goes through, we'll bind it, we'll issue it. Within about 60 seconds, you and the policyholder will have access to all those documents. So you can send out proof of insurance to anyone who needs to see it. Move on to the next thing in your to-do list. So thanks for taking this little tour through the platform with us. My most favorite statistic to share is that over 80% of our policies go from logging in to start the quote to policy bound and issued in 10 minutes or less. It's a little bit faster when you don't have me narrating along the way, but that might be a future enhancement we add to the platform.
Yeah. And if they're eager to have that enhancement before it shows up, they can pop over to our YouTube and just have you like chat with them in the background while they fill out a quote.
That's right. There
I
are
love that idea.
dozens of webinars on our YouTube channel if anybody wants to like and subscribe, all of them.
All of them, every one of them. All right. Well, it was great having the agents out today. Thank you so much for attending. Nobody asked any questions, so you crushed it, Dan. You did fantastic, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's all that practice you get. No, really great job today. Grateful to have the team here, all of our awesome agents. If we don't have anything else, you wanna go ahead and close this out?
Sure. Yeah. So thank you all for taking some time for us today. What is, I think, most important is what happens next. And so if you enjoyed the show this afternoon, please log in, try some quotes, let us know what you think. We'd love to get your feedback. We know that we will not build the best insurance company in the world without the feedback of agents like you. And so we welcome that feedback on anything, whether it's the quoting process, the coverage forms, the rates. You just really love these demos and want to let us know. All that feedback, very, very welcome. So don't hold back.
It's awesome. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, team. Thanks, agents. We'll see you all on the platform. Have a wonderful rest of your day.